What's going on, guys? It's Austin here, back again with another video, and today we are making the Forester more off-roady. Mainly I just want to put my spare tire on the roof rack and also install a metal skid plate, so when we do finally go over some trails, we're not gonna crack my oil pan. But today I want to show you what we got. So right now, this is how the Forester sits. If you guys did not see this video, go click the link in the description. We'll be showing you how to install the lift kit and also fitting these wheels and tires that were, not the very easy part, but I got a fifth wheel and tire here. Got the center cap over there, and we got this off of Amazon, but instead of doing a ratchet strap in the roof rack, I wanted to get something more sleek, and can't really see this when it's mounted, so I believe by looking at this is going to have to be mounted upside down. I'm going to go ahead and put the tire up in the roof rack and see where exactly I want it to sit at. Okay, so I have this plate, and this goes underneath the roof rack, and it's going to secure to 4 of these that go around the bars of the actual rack. And the goal of this is to center this little hook with the center cap of the wheel. So okay, so I got this plate in the center of the roof rack where I would like the tire mounted, and like I said, we have these little clips here, so these just slide around like that. Just pry it around. I don't know if there's a top or bottom, but we do that. Actually, that might have to go on the outside, or this can move a little bit, I don't know. And this one will go here, and the 4th one's in my pocket. I'll put that like so, and then I think these secure the plate with the included hardware, so let me grab that. Okay, so I got a little screw, and the nut that's included is a little 5/16 1/4-inch tiny little thing, but the screw goes through the top. Oh my goodness. So it goes through like this, then it goes through the plate, and then the nut goes on the bottom of the plate. This is gonna be challenging. You gotta thread the nut on from underneath. Look at this thing. Tiny. Got little, small little girl hands. Okay, so instead of running the plate this way, these clamps wouldn't work that way. So I had to flip it to this way that you see now. It's still kind of a stretch, but I'm gonna get all 4 of these tightened up and then show you guys the finished mounting product. I don't like this. I mean, this is great, this is fun. This is the best thing ever. This is awful. Alrighty, let me tighten all 4 of these down now. Just gotta make sure it's centered on the bar like that. Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. You gotta ratchet it, screw it, backwards, upside down, left-handed. Gotta make sure it's tight because the person behind me is gonna catch a spare tire through the windshield. Oh, I just stripped that screw out. That's great. Hopefully this is how you mount this thing, because all the bolts are gonna be destroyed. Honestly, probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. I think learning how to ride a bicycle is easier than installing this plate. Oh my God. You try doing this. I think. All right, one more. I've been on this since an hour ago. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. You gotta say it, otherwise it's gonna go somewhere. Oh yeah, mint. Insert J-bolt stem through wheel plate and washer thread handle on the J-bolt. Huh? Okay, so this goes like, hook goes in, and then the wheel goes in. How am I gonna do that without stabbing the wait. Alright, so I'm gonna do it. The wheel goes in and then the J-bolt goes in, because that's gonna be scratch city if I try doing it that way. I'll lift this up there somehow. I'm gonna break my back. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let's not rip my fingernail off this time. So I center the wheel over the hook somehow, and then stick this hook into the China hook, like so. Scoot this back like this. This is a nightmare. So far, that's what we got. I gotta look at the instructions for the next part. I think there's a washer like this. And I put this on and attach plastic cap. Load the tire into the basket so the inside of the wheel faces upward. So now I gotta turn this to align this square hole into the center of the lug nut. So the plate can't really turn. Wait, what? Okay, so I threaded this bolt in here with the nut, and essentially this hook is going to go into the center cap, and this bolt is going to sit in one of the lug nut holes of the wheel, so this plate doesn't move back and forth like this. It's going to hold it stationary. So then I take this little shebang and thread it onto this J hook here. Round and 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 round. I take this whole contraption. Oh, probably should do this. How does this work? I haven't got there yet. Okay. Then I take this whole contraption and I put it through the center of the wheel. Hook it onto my little hook on the plate that we installed earlier. I gotta align this bolt with the lug like I was talking about. So put that in just like that. This wheel's not centered with the hook completely. Let's move it. All right, it's getting a little tighter. I just want to make sure we're straight with the hook. Yeah, the hook's on the bottom of the plate, like this. Okay, so we got the spare tire fully mounted now. As you can see, it ain't going nowhere. I tighten this fully down. It moves just a hair, but I mean, I don't want to put so much tension on it that it's gonna strip it out. But I'm pulling on this thing and it's not gonna move. So it came with this cool little padlock that you put right here. If I can somehow, there we go. Lock it just like that. So there you have it. This is the final contraption. We got it locked there. This is fully secured. Like I said, it's not overly tightened where it's too tight where it's gonna strip out, but it ain't going nowhere. So this is how we're looking now. Wow, that looks a lot better. Yeah. Sheesh. This is how it looks mounted from the side. I think it just makes the overall look a lot better. Plus, now I have a spare. I want to show you guys what I have set up in the trunk here. Kind of just went to the store and found a bunch of things that I was like, you know what? I don't really need it, but like if I do need it, then I have it at least. So we're definitely going to be hitting some trails off-road, and just in case somebody gets stuck, or if I do need to change the spare tire, then I got stuff to do that. So I'm gonna open the trunk eventually. This is what we got. So I lift this up. So I have in this black bag some jumper cables. You never know when you're gonna need some jumper cables. I got a moving blanket, and really I just got this as a tarp to lay on the ground if needed. I got a bottle jack, because now that I'm lifted, a regular jack is gonna be a stretch to use on the pinch weld, but this is easier storage anyways, and it was pretty cheap with my lug nut socket there. Got a nice old 20-foot tow strap in this. A little cheap light just in case it's nighttime. It's always nice to have a light in here. And here's my DeWalt set that I've had for many, many years. This thing never leaves my trunk. So we got all the tools needed. I know it's select few, but it's probably more than enough to do certain jobs. That is the main compartment. Over on this side, I have my center cap for my spare tire. Got some waterproof matches, a little $2 knife, but hey, it'll cut some stuff if I need it to, and then a charger. On the left-hand side over here, I got the, factory thing for the scissor jack. I guess I could probably take this thing out of here. A little breaker bar to break the lug nuts loose. I got some rope and some ratchet straps, so you can't go wrong with any of this stuff here. But like I said, it's probably a little overkill on some of the stuff in here, but it all fits in here pretty nicely, and it's a just in case thing. So all that stuff roughly is $150 and under. So it works out pretty good for me. I also have my special lawn chair here. So if you got a Costco near you, this is like the elite of lawn chairs. It's got some nice shock absorbers, something that I need on my own car, but I didn't do. But this is cool if you ever hit a trail and you just want to kick back and hang out. But yeah, this just goes in the back of my trunk with everything else. So I got one more thing that I want to do to this vehicle in this video, and that is mount the skid plate. So I got a hand-me-down skid plate, but it's no problem. I can't complain anything to me that was free, but we definitely got to make it work. So let's go ahead and skip to that clip. Okay guys, so as you can see, I got this skid plate mounted up, and by myself it was kind of a pain. Like I said, my friend gave this to me and it needed some persuasion. I couldn't really film the install just because I was by myself doing it, but I can show you exactly how I did it. So I couldn't decide whether or not this bumper should go inside of it or outside. It just kind of is on the outside. I don't even know. It wouldn't line up any other way. So this is the way it is. But there's a mounting bolt here, here, and here. And the clearance with the exhaust is pretty good. It doesn't really hit anything. Let me get a light here. As you can see, this most rear mounting point is right here. This would focus on the frame. And then the other two up front are like that. Now this one had a bar built into it on the other side that's missing. So I stacked 3 nuts as a spacer so it can tighten up all the way. Hey, don't judge it if it works. Everything's tight. It ain't going nowhere. The only other thing I was thinking about was this bolt sticking down through it, but I tried threading it up into it and there's no weld nut in that frame portion. And I was trying to get a nut on top of there and it wasn't working. There's no way to even get to it. And then next time I have to do an oil change, if I try to take this down, the exhaust is right here and I really don't want to reach in there. So it is what it is. I might shave it a little bit, but for me, I don't really care about that. Well guys, that is going to end the video here. If you did like this install, then give it a thumbs up. Sorry I didn't post last week. I'm running a little bit behind on videos, but stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna start working on my wife's car, and then I'm also starting to work on the house, so that would be pretty cool. But thank you guys again for tuning in. See you guys in the next one.